Greetings, it's Vaygrim, and I'm back at the train depot, the cart depot specifically. So I have in my hand our cart that has been roaming around the actual map, right? Yeah. Basically, it duplicated itself again, and I had another one of these. So what I decided to do is get it and put some little modifications into it. Like for one, I took the side chests off, and I put a side pair of solar panels on it. It's got 3 internal storage. I probably could do a 4th, but I think 3 is going to be enough. Everything else has stayed the same. And I decided to go ahead and upgrade this one. Basically, what's happening is that periodically, it always happens specifically right at this interchange. From this one over there to this one. I will find one cart there out of power and another one here out of power. And it's copied itself at some point. I don't know why. It shouldn't have to do with chunk loading and unloading because it's got a chunk loader in it. So I'm a little fuzzy on that. I'm going to put that down. Actually, I'm going to put that down at a slight angle that way. Let's see. Yeah, internal storage. So basically, we're going to make that to where it goes to the engine. I have discovered that 3 stacks of charcoal, is still not enough. Yeah, that's still not 100% enough to actually do what needs to be done. But, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this. I have other options I might be exploring in the near future, but that's after I update the pack to version 108. I'm also hoping that this weird little duplication bug will go away in 108, but I'm not sure. So I've got this set to rely on solar energy, but I'm not even sure how effective that's going to be. I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to have these build up power, and when it runs out of coal, see, the problem I've been having is that basically did it? Okay, it did take the actual... Yep, okay, cool. It took the saplings. The problem that I've been having with this thing recently is that 3 stacks of charcoal is not enough for a long night and a rainstorm. If it goes overnight and then it rainstorms the next day, that's not quite enough. So, yeah. What I think... I'm gonna do... yellow engine. And I'm just going to get a couple of stacks. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Don't pull those out. Let's grab this and put it right there. Basically, what I'm thinking of is it's going to put... let's get cargo. So I think what it does is it goes top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, I think. And basically what I want to have is each slot has its own sides. I mean, each side has its own slots. Each color has its own slots. I want to have these separated. I'm not sure what's going to happen, if there's going to be overflow. I think that it will hit this first and empty out as much as possible. If this fills up, it'll go over to here. Then it will try and load in saplings into the actual planter. Then it will try and load anything from here into the engine if there's spare space. So what I want to do is just load up some extra coal right there. And it'll get topped off into its extra slot. I'm hoping that's going to alleviate the problem. Now, I haven't actually looked at the numbers over here. 108 stacks of wood. That's really, really good. I need to put another slot upgrade on that. And this is really good. 64 stacks maximum. I'm going to start using this for biofuel for mechanism. That's one of the future plans. But I'm not going to worry about that this episode. Let's get our sleeping bag, take a quick nap, and make it daytime. Ooh, creepy music. I had some really positive comments about Wednesday's episode. There was a lot of actual good suggestions for... Oh, right. That right there. I do need to... See? Because it's a okay. That's interesting. Well, that's fine. I'm going to grab this. Going to grab that just in case because I might need it. Definitely going to end up needing that. And let's turn that off for the time being. I think we were on page 6. Yes, we were. Let me see if this works. I'm curious. Yep, see? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Okay. So let's put those back first off. There's been some suggestions on the floor. My first question is, can I get... Somebody said maybe I should get the floor. And no, I can't. Okay. And well, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Somebody said maybe I should consider getting the floor normal and doing chisel just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So I wanted to look at what my options were. Let's see. Nice parquet. No. Just to make it look a little less boring and vanilla. I don't think there's any extra textures for wool. Can't remember. Might actually change the outer line. Run the outside of the room to be another color of wood. I'm not sure. But I'm just kind of spitballing here, I think. Let's see, stairs. Let's craft 40 of those. There we go. And I'm going to grab oak. Stack of that. Turn it into parquet, which means now I can... Whoa, let's slow down here. Yeah, that looks nice. I like it. Someone made the comment of doing upside down stairs underneath these stairs. So I actually want to see what that would look like. Let's put that there. And then we do upside down. Whoops. Up, no. What is it joining to? There we go. A little bit of confusion. I'm actually thinking about that? Too much? Don't know. It makes it a lot easier to get up into the actual house, that's for sure. Okay. Let's go back over here to our building materials. I'm going to put that up and away. I'm actually going to keep this handy. And let's see. I'm actually going to get some more oak. Right there. I want to make this thing look top heavy. I do. Which makes me think let's put one of those there. And we're going to build this thing out. Now, there is no specific guide on how to do this kind of house. This really is. I'm going to do the ends over here. There goes that cart. Now you can see already how big of a footprint this top floor is going to have. It's going to be huge. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the original inspiration for my Mage's Tower. A lot of people pointed out a similarity in design. And definitely is. It was one of the inspirations for me making the upside down Mage's Tower, so to speak. Bigger at the top than at the bottom. I kind of like breaking standard conventions when I build stuff, specifically because you can in Minecraft. Physics isn't a problem. I don't have to worry about this whole house toppling over. If I did, most of my designs would probably be totally different and a lot more boring. One of the reasons that I love sky bases so much is because you basically can just completely defy gravity. Now I'm going to connect the box. And see how I like the result. I might change any of this up at any given moment. So, this is the actual house 3rd floor. I kind of like the unified look of the timbers going up all the way through the structure. That being said, I'm not sure how... I might have to swap this out with more brick. I don't know. Because right now I love the stucco look, but it kind of sticks out to me. Let's go get some wool real quick. Do we have wool? Yeah, we do. Actually, I'm going to keep a stack of that, but I'm going to grab this. Running low on a lot of stuff. It's gonna be floor at this level. This is where floor is actually gonna be, which is why I'm doing one higher, so I can actually kind of get a feel. I probably could have used marble, but marble doesn't really remind me of stucco. Marble reminds me of marble. So I have tons of white wool from when I actually ran my... See, that's going to be too small. What I might do, though, just make these solid. That does look a little bit more consistent. Okay. That strikes me as a bit more sane. This is supposed to be like plaster or stucco or something like that, but that's about the best I can think of to come up with it. I really wish there was a kind of a pattern for that or something, or a block that would make sense in that regard there. Yeah. I think I'm going to stick with this. It looks a little weird, but the whole point is using your imagination some. Oh yeah. These are solid for the corners, because I figure you're going to need some wall space if it was actually a house to hang some paintings or some pictures or put some furniture up against the walls. You cannot have windows on all the walls. Like that. Now, glass, quite clear glass. Let's get some stacks of that. First thing we have to do is change it back to normal glass, I think. I actually think you can chisel it directly now, but I'm not sure. Let's get some more of that. And some more of that. Just because, whatever. That's why I didn't put that there. Silly me, because I'm working with glass and I'm going to need that again. There we go. I really do love this iron bar glass. It's great stuff. So I'm going to make the box first before we break it. Now there's one thing that I actually still need to do. First off, we need to have, let me think, what do I want to do this with? Technically it doesn't really matter, but let's go back over to our chest over here and see. I'm gonna use, ooh. Let's grab that. Actually, you know what? Let's get some of this. Now I can actually show you. This, yes, that's what I want it to look like from the outside. Now, what I still think of what I want to do is actually get some bench posts, and I'll put one here and then two here to make it look almost like a support strut. I think that would actually look very, very cool. Do I have any fence? Ooh, I can craft more. Start. That is an awesome thing. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm thinking. Almost like little support struts that tie off. Kind of like cross-connecting. Adding what should be a lot more support. Like a lot more support than this should be needed. But it looks like they're at least trying. So yeah, the reason I did this, I wanted a little bit of an indentation. A different kind of an accent shade. Also, I'm doing this specifically because this is not the floor for the second floor. Right? We are going to be doing more of... I see bats down below. The parquet wood does not make sense. Actually, yeah, it does. Those beams go out. But that means I actually probably want... like that. Whoops. Okay, I'm actually starting to... Oh, I made a mistake. I can see right now I'm going to do this and this. That should be 3. Yep. Which means I can actually put a railing right around here. So how am I going to get from the first floor to the second floor? I'm literally thinking about a ladder. Straight up through the middle of this. I think it's unconventional. It's weird. Option number 2 is I could put it over here. But the ladder right over here means you'd be coming up in the middle of a window. You're close to a wall. We could put a little, what are they called? Jaded ladders? Open blocks. It's like a hatch and it's a ladder block. We could put one right there, and I think that would be really, really funny. We could put some fencing. Give it kind of an open loft kind of a feel. So you could look over and shout down at somebody on the first floor, or I guess second floor. This is the third floor. So yes, this is actually what I am thinking. So now what I want to do is I want to figure out which way I want to actually peak the roof. And I'm deciding... I'm going to put some of that back, but not all of it. The rest of it can go in here. So I could either peak the roof this way. And this makes more sense to me, specifically because it's smaller side. If I peaked it this way, I think it's going to look real weird. So I'm going to do it the other way. And we're going to need a ton of oak. And we're going to need cobblestone. Just spread these across wherever. Hit the scales, balance all the numbers out. Actually, I don't need that many. That's going to be plenty. I'm going to need more of these. I want to use a darker wood. I'm going to start with oak, and you guys can actually tell me some comments in the feedback. Tell me some feedback in the comments. I got that completely backwards. What you think, if I should actually change the wood makeup of the roof. Maybe it's too boring. You know me, I'm not great at colors. Scales. Okay, tons of stairs. Okay, I'm going to actually finish this roof out real quick. I'll be right back with you guys, okay? Okay, here we are in the ground floor looking up. This is the front door. And we pull back. We've got, it spreads out more. Then we've got the peaked roof. Now, what I actually like doing, I've got this little stair right here is a kind of an upturn. And then I've got a support strut all the way across the top. I decided to use cobblestone because, well, why the heck not? Now, sometimes what I like doing is a little bit of that. Let me think. Do I want to do that or put a couple of those out? Let me do. And then, right. So now what we can actually do, there goes the cart, is grab some glowstone, put all of this back, some fencing, you can even do that down a little bit longer if you want to. Or, tell you what, let's do. Let's find a really cool looking lantern. There we go, lantern pattern. Four, 5. Let's get fence. One, 2. Whoops. You don't belong there. These should line up right through this window. And then now here's the thing, right? I'm going to put this nice big bay window, whatever. You could use stained glass like from DecoCraft. I think that could be a really good addition. I'm just throwing this in here for right now, but I kind of like that look. So now what we can actually do is get that and put it up there. And we do ladder. We're going to grab a stack of those. One of those. I don't know why the ladder didn't come up for. Oops. So now, you go right up here. Unconventional, yes, but it's whimsical. I like it. You have this really nice cross-beam section set up. I kind of refer to it as a wishbone, but it's not really. I guess it looks like wishbone suspension from a car. But you have these cross beams supporting the roof. You could even put some up, straight up, if you actually wanted to. One thing that I actually like to do is let's do oak. What is it? Oak wood, right, okay. Silly me. I like doing that. So it definitely gives it that kind of timber feel. I think that's real cool. You could get all sorts of stuff and hang it from up here if you wanted to. You could actually get stairs and do them upside down. I do realize that you could use carpenter slopes. I didn't use carpenter slopes specifically because, well, it's kind of a part of the build. I kind of like having that stair-step appeal. There's certain parts of me that are still kind of a vanilla builder, and I'll admit that. That's fine. That's why I have this kind of trim around the outside edges, because I think it's a good way to do it. Now, one thing I'm thinking about already is getting this and replacing it with dark oak. I think it could be really good as a replacement accent. And I think I actually might do that in between. I also normally would probably pop this out, or maybe right here. We could actually make another little patio right like that is. Or put it over here, just kind of off kilter. And I might add some of those details over the weekend. But for right now, this is the basic structure of the house itself. I really hope that you guys kind of like this design. It actually is spacious. It just gets spacious higher up in the structure. If you want to, you could actually put a big stone, almost like a chimney, coming out of the roof, and then put more house on top of that, and have a ladder system going up into that. You can make these things really big and kind of lopsided. As my mother would say, cattywampus. I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you very much for joining me on this Friday episode. As always, every Friday, what do? Put those back. I'm going to get that and put it there. I'm actually going to pick that up and put it away for now. We go over here into the workshop. We have the gearbox, because today is a world download day, which means you get to download this map and play with all of my stuff. Just load it up in version 107 of the mod pack. Next week's download is probably going to be on 1.8. I'm not sure, though. I still have to test it some. That might be more than a week off. We'll see. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you folks on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.